Before I start in on this video, I want to mention another YouTube channel. It's called Roaming Reckless. And Roaming Reckless is a channel that features a young lady named Maria, her dog Blue, and a Defender, a truck. It's a military truck. And right now she is doing a really cool series where she is trying to help 500 dogs, reservation dogs, stray reservation dogs in 5 days. And so I'm not going to say a lot, except I'll put the links in the description. You can go check out our series. I think you'll really enjoy it. And right now, she's trying to raise money for an organization to be able to get their van out to help these dogs. And I think she's got some merch for sale. If you just want to make a donation, whatever. I just think it's a cool thing. And kind of reminds me of when I used to work at the halfway house, and I would go out and I had a colony of alley cats that I would feed. And I would trap them with alley cat advocates here in Louisville. And we'd try to keep the population down, and they're doing that kind of stuff. And I just think it's a cool thing. And you can't see her. Aretha's right here at my arm. But you probably have seen her all over this channel. She was one of the alley cats. She, of course, I don't know if she remembers it or not, because she was really little when I took her off the parking lot. But so that's just a cool thing that I thought she was doing, and I wanted to bring some attention to it. Now, what about that Grail? So, everybody that's watched this channel on a fairly regular basis knows that my favorite musician, vocalist, I consider this guy a gospel singing goat. I mean, he is the best. And I've really had it's been such a pleasure going down to Bell Buckle on the Russ and Tori Taff weekends and meeting him and his wife and all the people around. And man, it's just a good time. And they just announced tickets today. But yeah, so I can't wait till November to go do that. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, I was looking at eBay and my Grail popped up. Now, you want to talk about 3 records that have been so hard to put together. But in the same way, they just have kind of fallen toward me. All right, so before Russ became huge, before the Imperials, the vocal group that put him on the map, he was in his own band with James Holohan called Sounds of Joy. I have completed the collection of all 3. The first album in the trio came to me at Bell Buckle. I got up one morning and saw they were having a silent auction to benefit a church that had been flooded in Houston that Mark Lowry attended. And so they had put this album, the very first Sounds of Joy album, in the let me take that out so we can see it without the glare. So they put this album in the silent auction, and I got it. And when Russ popped it open, he autographed it to me. And of course, there's Russ. He told me I was one of the few people to have this record. I certainly don't know too many people that have this record. And so I'm thrilled to have it. This is kind of psych rock. It's a I don't know exactly what year it came out. Maybe I need to ask Russ next time I'm down there. But yeah, I guess it's probably early 70s. The second album that came to me was this album. Of course, that I don't know if they meant for that title to be pronounced or not. It's Yahweh. Of course, back in biblical times, they would spell it without consonants because I guess it's supposed to be unspeakable. I don't know. But anyway, this is probably the easiest of the three to find, and it's not easy to find. I did get lucky one day and have it hit on eBay, and yeah, I got it for an exceptional price. Just thrilled to have this one too. Now, for the big one. I didn't know that I would ever have this album. So when I got the second album, I had posted, or I think I had said on this channel, that I now have both of the Sounds of Joy albums. And then that's when a guy that watches my channel contacted me and said, Dale, there's a third Sounds of Joy album. And he showed me a picture. And I thought, oh, okay, I don't have that. Well, it popped up on eBay at a really reasonable price. And I'm so thrilled with it because it's in great condition. Sounds of Joy, Sharon. Let me, again, get that out of the sleeve. You can see it. Now, one thing that struck me when I first saw the cover of this album was, where's Russ? So I posed that question in the Russ Taff friends group, and Tori, his wife, responded and said he was leaving the group, and so they decided to put the new lead singer on. You know, Russ was leaving to go sing with the Imperials. So, man. But I didn't think I'd ever have it. That Marty up there doesn't bother me. I'm just thrilled to have a record, and a record in that such great condition. I can live with this. There's the back. Russ is all over it, and then the credits and everything, just not on the cover. And now that leaves a big question. What's the next Grail? What's the biggest Grail out there for me to get? And right now I don't have a clue. So I guess that's a good place to be. I just don't really know. As far as I know, I have all of Russ's albums on vinyl that are on vinyl. I'm not sure what's next, but that's a cool place to be. Now I get to think about it, and maybe the top Grail for me is not a Russ Taff album. I will say there are a couple albums that pop into my head that I would really love to have, and that's because a lot of Christian rock albums, especially in the late 80s, were only pressed in Europe, and so that makes them a little bit more difficult to come by. Yeah, Immigrant's Daughter by Margaret Becker is one album that comes to mind. Another album would be White Heart, Freedom, and yeah, those are the two that pop into my mind as far as albums that I've looked at but haven't really sat down and pulled the trigger on. So anyway, I just thought I would share this Grail with you. I'm so thrilled to have it. Hope you're having a great day, and thank you for stopping in. Till we do this again, for me and the kiddies, peace.